So let's see if it works. Oh, all audio. Welcome everybody to Legendary Tales. My name is Devin, and we're on episode 26. Give me 1 second because, as is tradition, there we go. I can see the audio is working now for everyone else. That's fantastic. Okay. Day Day says he has, or technician says he has a recap for us. So let's go ahead and get that going.
Sure do. We hired a guide ranger goblin. He is Bolo the Blastmaker. He carries a firearm, and he helped us work our way around above ground, getting to the tunnels. Helped us out in the tunnels a bit. We took a short rest in the tunnels. We actually made it through there relatively uneventfully. Everybody was pretty much on top of the game. Everybody moved slowly. And we made our way to another cave that we got into, and moved very slowly, checking for traps, but we managed to find a very ancient tomb of some kind or some sort of antechamber. We believe is probably the temple that is going to lead us to a Soulforger or to a Soulforged. But inside of there, we found a coffin for Anaxamut, heiress of the Blood Throne, and a bunch of other titles that I actually did neglect to write down. We also found a small dragon statue, appears to be made by the person in the coffin. It's about 2 feet by 2 feet by 3 feet. Bottom of the scales, underneath the statue, bears the inscription "The Ill-Tempered." We're sort of carting that around, but at the moment, Luerchik actually touched the coffin that we found and was turned into jade, like you do.
All right, and with that, we're going to get right into it. So, Luerchik, you touch the statue, and you're overwhelmed with this feeling of, like, warmth as your body slowly turns to jade, and you're basically looking at everyone, and they're just staring at you, and you just turn and you crust over. And right directly after that, you find yourself in this massive pit of fog, essentially. You can see that there's a lot of, hexagonal stone, sort of like the Giant's Causeway, you know? It looks like that. That's like layered all the way up, all around you. You're in this giant circular pit made of these huge hexagonal stones. Directly in front of you, laying down, laying on her side, is an enormous platinum dragon. And when I say enormous, I'm talking like colossal scale, huge. And you're just standing there in front of her, and she turns and she looks at you. She's this huge, if you Google Platinum Dragon, like, Bahamut is the first one that should come up. If you need a picture, I can send one. But essentially, it's this huge, shiny dragon that turns and looks at you. Its eyes are sort of glowing that jade color, like a little bit of fire coming out. And as you're looking at her, you could feel her voice sort of echoing in your mind, off the walls and sort of in this specific area. Who are you?
Before I respond to her, do I see Callum with me?
Callum is not with you.
Okay. Hello, I'm Luerchik. Where am I?
You are between the living and the dead. And her, like, giant claws, like, one of them has like a beautiful sort of sunset, sunrise picture of the world you were in before, and then the other one has like a bunch of like ghostly figures in that sort of soul stitching red shade walking around on this huge vast plain of dead trees and foliage.
Do I remember touching? Like, do I know what led up to this? Okay.
Yep.
Does that mean do you live here? Do you protect this?
This is where I currently reside. Yes.
Did you live somewhere else before?
The temple you came from is my original home.
Why did you move here?
I was killed and sealed away in here.
I'm just like admiring her size. What kills a dragon the size that you are?
Not what, whom. And she sort of like, she sort of casts this jade green electricity sort of flows out from her along the ground and pushes the fog out of the way. And you see her on a giant throne made of platinum coins and ingots that has a bunch of like giant fur rugs like coated over the whole thing. And you can see that she has a gold dragon sort of laying next to her. And make a religion check for me, please. Just Loershik, please. And we added a cool thing where you can see his dice roll. I love that. I love that. It's so good.
The dice roll was one less than that. Oh, because it doesn't show you the +1. Okay.
Yep. It just shows you what you rolled on the dice. Then you have to add your modifiers like you would in real life. So you're looking at it, and there's a familiarity with the creature that sort of manifests itself in this throne room. Essentially, a giant black smoke cloud begins to coalesce right in the middle of the room, and you see it. And the thing that you notice immediately is the spear, and you notice that it's Moonball, and a hand like a dozen or so of his followers, all dressed in these like black cloaks, and they have the Eye of Moonball in temper color on these like huge cloaks. And when I say huge cloaks, I'm talking like a cloak that is over them, but then it like goes out 4 or 5 feet on the ground around them. So when I say huge cloak, I'm talking like massive cloak, right? And
the vampire bad guy cloak.
yes. And from the bottom of the cloak, there's a black smoke that's emitting, that's pushing the sort of fog in this area away. And in this image, you see Moonball himself is about 15 feet tall comparatively to his followers that are like around 5 to 6 feet. He sort of walks up, and the two dragons are getting up, and she takes the spear, or Moonball takes the spear and stabs it into her, breaks it off, and then stabs it into the gold dragon. And both of them sort of freeze for a moment, turn to obsidian, and they're just frozen there. And she pulls the vision back up to herself and goes, "It's fate, and we don't have a choice in a lot of these things in our lives. And unfortunately, my mate died, but I got sent here."
And Ball is responsible?
He was. That was when he was alive.
Why did he attack you?
Because I was housing a Soulforged at the time.
What a coincidence. That happens to be why I came here. Are you still housing a Soulforged?
No, I am not. But I hope to be one day. I hope I get the pleasure.
So if you're here, but your mate died, which I'm very sorry, my condolences. Does that mean that you can leave here and go back to the temple?
I can, if you and your party would do me the pleasure.
Do I have to worry about you killing us when we get back?
Absolutely not. If you'd like to make an insight check, you're more than welcome to.
I will. Oh, so close.
No, she's absolutely telling the truth. Absolutely.
I will warn you, my friends may have taken some things that don't belong to them. We were attempting to find figurines or statues to put on some pedestals we noticed in the entrance to your temple. But
Well, that's exactly what you need for the ritual. You need the golden dragon, and there should be a platinum one there as well. Unless
There were
it's been
4
missed.
pedestals in the room. We
No,
we only need the 2.
you have not gotten farther down. You've not gotten far enough down.
There was some scary looking stuff further down. We're not sure if your temple has been overrun or what, but we were hesitant to go down.
Fair enough. So, if you go farther down, that's where the forge is. Because the man I was hosting was Forald Forge Master. He used to work out of my temple. And that's why Moonball came there.
Do you know if Mumbal was able to capture Foral?
No. He did murder him eventually. But Forald was not present when Moonball came into the temple.
Had you known about Moonball prior to his attack on you?
Moonball's arrival or creation, you could say, none of us really knew at the time. The world was essentially brand new. And Void had just awoken. I remember the day. A tsunami hit most of the kingdoms, and a vast majority of people died. That's why we stayed in where we are, because the giant crater protected us from the flood. And essentially, when Moonball came, it was already too late. That's sort of inevitable.
So you've been here for thousands of years?
Tens of thousands.
I'm so sorry. How can I help? How do I
So
help my friends?
I will release you from this. I'm not holding you here, but I can release you from this. When you get out, you need to look for the Platinum Dragon statue. It's going to be in the basement, in the forge area. When you get to the forge, I believe there might be intruders. So get ready for a fight. I don't know who's there, but just be aware.
Did you set the traps in the temple yourself, or?
My followers did after I was to make sure that only those who are worthy can move past them. Most of the local folk are too scared to come down in the first place.
Is there an easy way for us to disengage the traps, or for us to identify where the traps are? You know, we noticed the poison darts, and thankfully we had someone who would not have been affected by them. But I'd hate to walk into a trap.
You've disabled the majority of them already. I watched. I can't really say anything because I have to have you here in order to communicate. So, that being said, you found the gold dragon, correct?
Yes.
Good. He's locked in that statue. My mate did die, but his essence.
His soul is still in the statue?
Yes. So him dying that day was the first soul stitching. Ever.
You're capable of removing people from their soul stitching?
No. But that statue has the blessing of Gleam on it. Because I knew Gleam. I knew them. I knew them when they were alive. Because at that same time, Forald Forge Master was one of my followers. So it's sort of a. She takes like a deep breath. You have to understand, at that time, everything was new for us. This world itself is so old and ancient that ages pass and the information between ages does not pass with time. It's lost. There's a force in this world, on this world. It exists in tandem with the world that prevents information from being passed on over long periods of time. So the information that I have is purely of my generation and the people that were alive. For some reason, there's some negative, malevolent force that prevents me from getting information from my generation to yours. Because from my understanding and my feelings of the world from our current position, because I'm in between them, I can sense some things in this world and some things in this world. Like, I know that my mate is in this world and she has the sort of like soul-stitched like afterlife thing, and then the sunrise thing, and there's like visions of like all sorts of energy flowing between places. I understand that these things are linked together and that I can communicate. I can't communicate, but I can take in information. And a new resurgence of power has happened between the worlds. The new Soulforged have been created. They don't know they're Soulforged yet. And that's your purpose, correct? Because I see all over you. I see all over you that you've already talked to one of them. You've talked to the progenitor, have you not?
We have, yes.
And she sort of like pulls you over. It's not painful, but it's like really something you're not used to. She sort of pulls you over, like floats you over, and puts up your sleeve, because you're wearing like robes, right? She puts up your sleeve, and there's like this really beautiful sort of green, verdant, like super duper bright green sort of vine that goes from like your inner palm all the way up to your elbow. And she says, this is the sign that you have been touched or seen by the progenitor.
So, if do all of the Soulforged have that? If we talk to another Soulforged,
if you talk to another Soul
we would
Forger,
see it.
you won't see it. But those of us who are in tune with the energies of the world can see right through it and guide you and assist you, assuming we're alive.
So, the progenitor, would he have the same green vine on him?
Who? I'm sorry?
The progenitor?
Yes. So if you were to look through my eyes, and she sort of like reaches out and touches you, you can see the world through her eyes. You're looking like at yourself, and you have this sort of bright green aura that you know that you don't look like that, but you can see on yourself that you have been sort of affected in some way by the progenitor. And she looks at you and she says, when you meet trusted sister and first brother and the others, they will all leave their separate marks on you. But there's something else that needs to happen with that as well. Whenever you get back to the warbands, you have to find a protection rune of some sort that they can imbue upon you that hides that aura from Moonball and his followers. Because that's trackable.
Okay. I assume that we should probably get you out of here so you can hopefully help us find Trusted Sister.
So, I need you to take your party down to the forge, grab the statue, and I need you to smash the statues open together at the same time.
So we don't have to put them on the pedestals.
No, you take them
Is
down.
there a specific place we should smash these? Just do it on the forge?
You'll know when you see it.
Okay. Is there any way that we can communicate with you, or can you send us signs?
After you do
while
it,
out of there?
I will be on my way.
Okay. And I assumed as much, but this means that you're the Lord of Dragons.
That was a title given to me. I did not accept it at the time.
hopefully we'll have you out of here very soon.
Thank you so much, Loershik. She just smiles down at you and pushes one finger on your forehead, one on your chest, and then one on your belly button. Or your belly. You don't have belly button. You're a lizard. You don't have,
My cloaca?
They don't have umbilical cords. No. Just your, like, abdomen.
Sticks her freaking talon.
Fingers in, just suddenly ERP.
Farewell, finger puppets.
She basically just makes 3 points on you, and you feel the... And all of a sudden, you're thrown back into Sabas. Not violently, but you're thrown almost off your feet altogether. Yeah, Bolo looks at you and goes, what was that about then?
How long was he gone?
About 45 minutes.
Like, to our perception, it was about
Yeah.
45 minutes?
So, Rep is definitely standing there with a small hammer and a rock chisel in their hands.
Fucking hell.
Am I missing any parts of my body?
I have not started yet. I assumed this might have been a carapace. I had a plan.
Vidar's gonna go. So how many ghost friends do we have nowadays?
Quick question: is the floor tile just completely unbreakable tile? Because if it's been 45 minutes and Sabbath has seen Rep, getting ready to chisel him, she might be digging a grave with a pickaxe, just for fun, just in case.
You would have actually technician would have noticed that it's not malevolent magic. Like, you would have known that the signs are that he was sort of astral projected somewhere, because it was more similar to like soul stitching than it was to any other form of like malevolent magic that you would need. He's not dead, very clearly.
Gotcha. So I would not have been trying to break him out of Jade Carapace land. I see.
No.
Okay.
No, you would have noticed immediately that like magic that's designed to kill you or like just remove you from your body has a different thing that it does. Like, it just has different effects altogether, and they're very noticeable right away, as opposed to like, yeah.
Got it. Okay, I retract my hammer and chisel.
Yeah.
I instantly look to Callum and ask him, Can you walk in there now? Is the barrier still there?
He literally walks right through the barrier, and he starts looking. Well, I don't know what you did, but it looks good now. What happened
walk
to you?
over to. I start talking and walking at the same time.
Okay.
And I walk towards the statue that's, I believe, laying on the ground
It
over
should
here.
be, yeah, it's right here.
I think we picked it up and we set it in the snake room last time, according to my notes. But I could be wrong.
So it should be in this room, right? You didn't put it back where it was.
Yeah,
where it was from. I know that.
Yeah, we definitely
We
didn't
picked
put
it
it
up
back.
and we brought it here and set it down. We need to go downstairs now and find the other statue. It should be gold. Or is this the gold one?
I assume you talked with someone that gave us clues?
I met Anuk Samut. She is stuck in between life and death because of Mbal. But if we go downstairs and we find the other statue and we use the forge that's downstairs, we can release her and she can come back.
Excuse me.
She was the protector of Borald. And I look over to Vidar. And I say, and I have a sneaking suspicion that you might be a Soulforged.
And Vidar's going to look over at Technician and kind of do like the little pinion-y motion.
Technician will take out the pinion and point it at Vidar.
Vidar is actually not glowing at the moment, but the pinion is going crazy.
I'm going to wave it around in a couple directions, see if it's stronger towards or away from Vidar.
It's actually stronger when you point it straight down.
Well, this is useless. It says go down.
I mean,
There
lower
was a
six said go
Soulforged here
down.
before.
This might be the wrong place to test for soulforgedness of Vidar.
I point to the rod and say, isn't that only attuned to a single Soulforged anyway?
No, it can find any soulforged.
It's just the Soulforged nomadic. You know, find
The
Soulforged.
best part is Bolo.
Ordering mail now.
Bolo is looking at you guys like, what are you even talking about right now?
But Bolo, this is no, there is too much. Don't worry about it.
I
But this is
pull
the
up
wrong
my
place to test
sleeve.
Vidar.
Say again, Lower Shirt?
I pull up my sleeve and see if other people can see the green.
Actually, no. Vidar can. Vidar, you can see like the sort of green vine that's all over his hand, and when you look at your own hand and Technician's hand and Sabas's hand, you all have that same sort of mark, the vine from talking to Progenitor.
Do you guys see this?
Vidar sees it, and you see it, Loershik, but no one else can.
I do not.
Savas look at her hand and go. Yeah, Savas look at her hand and go. See what?
It appears that we all have one, except for Bolo. Sorry, Bolo.
Oh, I don't. I'm just excited to be involved in the first place. I feel good about being here in general. I'm just not gonna lie.
So we have one dragon statue. We must, if I'm understanding correctly, go downstairs, find a second dragon statue, then do what?
We need to find the second statue, and we need to smash them together, and that will release the Lord of Dragons, and she'll be able to come back to us.
Bolo, the blast maker, do you carry explosives?
Do I carry explosives? And he literally pulls like he opens his like he has like a messenger bag that goes across his front with like shotgun shells strapped to it, and he opens it and he pulls out a string of grenades that like just keeps going and going and going and going.
I was hoping for a sausage link of
this,
TNT.
I realize that may have sounded like a dumb question. It did occur to me they might call you the blast maker because of bathroom reasons.
Well, no, hold on. I'm not finished yet. And he keeps pulling, keeps pulling. And then eventually he pulls out this basketball-sized giant iron, apparently spiked ball that has a bunch of little vent holes in it. And at the very top, it has a gigantic red button. He's like, this is the big one. I like it, and I like it a lot. And he starts putting the string of grenades back in.
In your professional opinion, do you have enough explosives to smash both statues at the same time?
Oh, do I ever? I have thermite. You want to see it? And he pulls he puts the bombs back, and then he pulls out the bottom, and he has like this tiny little it's like yay big, and it appears to be like a silver casing with a bunch of like dwarven runes all over it. He's like, right, you want to smash something?
Bolo, you're standing far too close to a torch. Please put that away.
Oh, sorry, my bad. And he puts it in the bottom of his bag. He's like, right, if we need to blow something up, I got it. It's taken care of. I got it. You can trust me to do it.
Okay, we have a way to smash both statues. To the downstairs. And Rep is going to attempt to lift the statue and stick it in the bag of holding.
Sure, it's sort of awkward for that specifically, but it would absolutely work.
Before we blow anything up, a reminder that we are in a very tight and closed space. Also, she mentioned that when we see the Forged, we'll know what to do with the statues. So there should be something present that will allow us to destroy them. And I look to Vidar and I just say, so you can see this green, right? Because it seems like no one else can.
I cannot see what you were talking about.
If we see another Soulforged, you'll see another color on us. or another marking of some sort.
Do we know if this came from the Soulforged or the Soulforger?
The Soulforger.
It came from the Soulforger.
Yes, the Soulforger.
Guys, we met a
So if we meet
Soulforger.
another
Take off your clothes.
Soulforger,
Say again, Sabas?
We got a Soulforger. Take off your clothes. We're looking for marks.
And everyone has the same one. It's on your left palm, and it goes like in between your fingers. It goes from your palm to your fingers, over this way, and then goes up your forearm, and then it stops in a sort of awkward place.
should we head downstairs?
I agree.
Yes, let's.
I need all of you to make perception checks before you go downstairs, please. Save. Turns out I thought I made... It's so weird. I can't hear the dice.
Nice.
Oh, there it goes.
Change it to the metal table. It sounds so satisfying.
I bet.
Ding, 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 ding.
Remove clear folder. All right. If you give me 1 second, I will transition us to the new thing. And then sorry, it turns out I thought I prepared, but I did not prepare for what I wanted to do. Very frustrated. Cut. Paste. Okay. Nat 20 for Vidar. 29? How the hell?
He's super perceptive.
He's very perceptive. Holy shit. Wait. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let me change the music a little bit. So, how's that? Is that a bit? I'm not hearing it at all. It's gonna get really effing loud, isn't it? Let me put all of you guys in here. What the heck? Sorry guys, I'm really failing you right now.
No worries.
I'll go here, tokens, R, S, T, R. Here we go. Select update token. And this one, I need to go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay, didn't work. All right. This is annoying. Okay, so you guys hear the sound of bubbling liquid. Everyone hears it. Lorshik, Technician, Sabas, and Vidar. But Vidar, you hear something else. You hear the grinding of metal on metal. It's very loud. What the heck is going on? Are you doing anything before you go down?
Did the Wershik state if there were enemies down there? I don't think you did. Yeah, okay, so yeah, nothing special.
There we go. Okay.
Unless I hear activity down there, and Savage is just heading down.
Okay.
Is it a creepy metal on metal sound like a butcher sharpening an axe, or kind of this like machinery sound?
It sort of sounds like machinery almost, but like something else is there's something else there that doesn't really make sense.
Is it clear which of the stairs it's coming from? Or are we only going down one of them anyway?
It doesn't matter. You guys get down into a small foyer, and then it leads into a large entrance that leads into here. Oh, I forgot about Bolo. Here's Bolo. And if you zoom out...
Holy fuck, this is a forge.
Vidar, I need you to make a history check at advantage, please. You recognize this 100%. That this is where you were made.
Would this then look like the vision from the best girl gave us in the pools?
Yep.
Was I the only one that saw that vision, or is that
You were the
everyone?
only one that saw that vision, yes.
I'm going to share that with the team and say, this looks like where I was created. And kind of just pause, like in like a weird, like, oh, this is awkward kind of moment.
Welcome home.
How do you know that?
I don't particularly remember, but when we were in the astral plane with Skink, the vision that she gave me of my creation looked like this place.
And as you guys are looking down on this area, and you can move about as long as you want to, I'm not going to stop you. I will stop you at one point, but I'll let you know beforehand. That essentially what you see, Lower Shake, when you're looking down here is where this giant metal glowing ball is. Right in the middle of the glowing ball. The glowing ball is essentially a giant filigree, so it's a giant like cage made of brass, and in the middle of that there's a floating dragon statue. Appears to be platinum. And then farther down you can actually see down here there's another egg sort of floating, except it's not a full egg like it is in the picture. Down here there is a half egg floating that has a circular imprint on the bottom of it that would perfectly fit the golden statue.
I point to the floating rock and say, our statue is in there.
And the rest of you can actually see it. You sort of see what he's talking about, that there's a giant filigree on this orb is actually a bunch of like tendrils of bronze put together, and in the middle of that there's floating a very similar but very different looking statue made of platinum just floating in the middle of it, and they have these giant arm, like robot arms on the side, and everything is currently still in here, but you hear the sounds of bubbling lava, and you can see the molten metal dropping from the sides of the forge into these giant pools underneath you, and then you can hear the sound as you get farther and farther down. You can hear the sounds of metal plates being sort of manufactured automatically. What are you guys doing right now? What are you doing? Is anyone doing anything specific? Let me go from the start. Give me 1 second. Vidar, what are you doing right now? Are you just walking around the outside? What, are you looking at anything specific? What are you doing?
I believe in the vision that I had, there was a bunch of like moving, hanging stuff, like an assembly line.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of just looking around at the ceiling, trying to see if there's any remnants of that.
You do see a bunch of like floating conveyor belts that are mounted to the ceiling by these large and thick cables, and you can see the conveyor belts moving, but things are dropping onto it, and then there's these huge like goom, 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 sort of like a droid factory that you see in Star Wars. They're very reminiscent of that specifically, and you remember like bits and pieces of like whatever's happening. And they don't appear to be manufacturing anything specific, but these giant hammers are basically just hammering plates above you. And then if you move down farther down this way, where my cursor is, Vidar, you actually see down farther that just above the molten metal there are these large conveyors that are transporting huge metal plates to another area of the factory. And then on the lower area over here, where you could see the sort of egg that wants to hold that golden dragon statue, just underneath that are four piston-driven hammers that are sort of laying inside of sort of another area that they're going to come up and start hammering as soon as you pull a lever that's on this platform over here.
Vidar at this moment is mostly just kind of, trying to remember things, trying to piece together stuff from the vision from Skink, and kind of just like, oh, if that was there, then this is here, and kind of just looking around and not really paying attention to what the rest of the group is doing.
Okay, that's fair. Sabas, what are you doing?
Sabas is a smith inside a giant forge and wants to know what the molten metal is.
It's brass.
Brass. Okay.
It's all brass, yeah. So it's really hot in here.
Yeah, Sabas does not have the capacity or desire to take a bunch of brass to sell it, so I was just curious about what it was.
And is that all you're doing? Are you looking at anything else?
If I can determine that within a few seconds, which can I?
Oh yeah.
Then I would like to check what I assume is the tool bench in the center.
Sure. You walk up to this massive sort of, it's actually not a bench, it's just the floor is laid out with all sorts of tools and extra cogs and plans that are all etched in bronze. So they were poured and then they were actually like carved out with really, really like hard tools to do some sort of, you're not really sure what the design is for because can you read Dwarven or no?
Don't believe so, but I might have comprehend languages. Let's see if I was smart and got good spells. No, I did not get good spells. I do not have comprehend languages. I could not understand Dwarvish.
So you're looking over these, like, down here on the southern side, there are these, like, massive plates that have these plans and stuff, and you can't make heads or tails of it at the moment.
Okay.
Loershik, what are you doing?
Just a note, I do speak choose the language, so if that works for Dwarven.
That meme is never going to go away. It's never, ever going to go
It
away.
really won't.
No.
It might go away when choose the language goes away. Just hunch.
I don't know why that's there. We chose your language already. I don't know why.
I'm hopeful that it's not like overriding one that I'm supposed to know. So
I think we'll look into it later. I'm not really worried about it right now.
I want to walk past the statue and walk up to the staircase and look down at the egg. And you said that inside this half egg, I noticed it's as if the statue was like birthed from the egg, like it's a mold of it.
No, it's a divot. So the bottom of your statue has a large circular platform that it's basically been welded to, not really welded to, is cast, and then there's a base of the statue that you can put it down. It's not like just a freestanding statue. It's a statue with a large base on it. And that circle that's on the half egg would perfectly fit the statue's base in it.
Hey, Rep, can you come over here for a moment?
Yes, but I did notice some workbench over here.
Okay.
I just point to the half egg and say, it seems as though the statue that's in your bag would fit perfectly in that egg.
It does, but I think there might be instructions over here.
I walk over to the workbench with him.
As you're looking at this, go ahead and make an investigation check, Rep, please. Do you speak Dwarven, perchance, by the way?
I do.
28?
Or-
You have a plus 11 to investigate?
Yeah.
What is that?
He's a real good detective, let me tell you that.
Technician means troubleshooter. So
You have a plus 11, though? Holy crap.
yeah,
And an alternate universe technician is named Technician, because he's just a really good detective.
He's just, yeah, detective-nician. As you're looking over this sort of platform and the filigree and the Platinum Dragon statue and this platform and the recipe or the sort of plans that are on here, these are not for Warforged. Excuse me. These are for basically what it would equate to a modern version of a hover tank. Or a large hovering weapons platform.
Vidar, quick question for you.
And Vidar kind of snaps out of it. And, yes.
How pissed do you think Ferald would be if I took his plans for what I can only assume is a hovering boom boy?
Vidar kind of looks around and is like, it doesn't look like he has been creating anything here in a while, and I would assume that he knows the plans by now.
Reprap is going to sort of turn to Lorchik and point at one of the statues over there on the rim and say, "What in the world can that be?" And then yoink the plans.
Okay.
Do I notice this? Can I
You want
roll a perception check against his sleight of hand or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh no. That's traditional.
I just... Oh, what?
A robot is faster than your eyes.
What's the weight limit on a bag of holding?
That's a good question.
300 pounds, I believe? That doesn't sound right. 500 pounds.
Okay, then you're fine. But those plans, there's like two plaques of them, or 3 plaques of them. You can see them down here, actually. There's like a copper-looking one. They're all made of bronze, and they weigh 70 pounds each.
Gotcha. So 210 pounds worth of plans for hover tank.
Yep. And then another thing that you notice is that each of them require plus or minus 11,000 pounds of temper.
All right, if we disassemble Vidar, we'll get at least 1% of the way there. So, Vidar, we need you to find, like, 99 more of you. I don't know if you can, but have children. We need them.
We do have... We do know somebody in the Warforged territories that could help us create a large amount of temper.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen these plans. This is out of character. I don't speak Dwarvish.
Yeah, I'm gonna pocket those.
Okay. Just put a note somewhere. It's a hovering weapons platform, but it requires an insane amount of temper, like an actual insane amount of temper to make one, or at least have a functioning variation on it. But other than that, the other thing, since you rolled incredibly high on your investigation check, these two upper arms are sort of like clamps, and then the 2 lower ones are fitted with sort of large hammer heads for some reason. You're not really sure why. But as you're sort of investigating, you see that there's a platform with three plates right here. I'm showing it on the stream specifically. It's just a little bit south of where they are. And there's 2 levers, one on the left side, one on the right side, that don't appear to be connected. They're connected to something, but you're not really sure what they're connected to.
Is it just me or did the ambient audio get really
It
loud?
got really, really loud. Oh, because it
Yeah, I
changed
was a little confused.
It changed to Burning Village, but honestly, I'm okay with it.
I was just like listening, going, "Did we just enter combat?"
No.
Okay. So it looks like we have a half egg, which is where the golden statue would go. Another egg, which presumably is where the platinum statue would go. And a lever in the middle, which might activate something.
There's an awful lot of hammers, and we were told to smash things. This feels like it aligns with our goals. Sorry, Bolo, you may not get to use your explosives today.
Oh, I'm not even worried about it. This place is awesome.
It was a very good plan B. But how do we get the platinum dragon out?
I don't think we get the platinum dragon out. I think it's supposed to be in there just like the other one. I think you're supposed to put the gold one down here.
Yeah, did they say we needed to move the platinum one, or?
She said that would be obvious to us. So most obvious thing feels like put the gold statue there and maybe pull the levers.
I feel like a Boom Master knows when things are obvious, so I agree with Boom Master.
Well, no, just look at. I'm an idiot, by the way. I don't know if I told you that last time.
That's okay. If it's obvious to the idiot, then it's definitely the right choice.
This one's not smart, and if you put the gold dragon here and then we press the levers, maybe. I mean, what could go wrong? I mean, what really? Think about it.
Lots.
That's
lots.
I guess that's fair.
You are talking to 3 of 4 people who lived through a cataclysmic event on Nilhund.
Oh, you were there for that?
What can go wrong really is just offensive, Polo.
That was insensitive, and I apologize. So, right. Actually, hold on. There's another room down here. And he's like pointing down this long bridge that goes into another, like, really dark room.
Do we want to do this first, or do we want to investigate that room?
Are those like rail tracks leading down?
They are.
Before we
what
walk down there,
So sorry, I think yeah. So Lorachek was doing leadership, and I think Vidar was asking, "Do I remember what's down there?" That's what I heard.
You remember that room is where you woke up, Vidar? Because you remember there's like a giant brass filigree that goes all the way across the top of it. That said, this is where creation begins in like the ancient language, and you can see it. And it's basically giving you an active flashback to the moment you passed through those gates on a very large cart, and Forald was basically waiting for you right there. And that's like the big thing that you remember.
Would I remember anything about hammers or smashy things in that room? Then I'm going to just say to the group, that is where I first remember waking up, but it doesn't seem like there would be anything related to dragon statues or smashing dragon statues down there. We should probably investigate, but Loershik, were you given any urgencies on smashing these statues?
she said that once we smash the statues, she would be on her way. I'm not sure how long it would take. But Reprap, if that's where Vidar had woken up, it might be worth pulling out your divining rod. Maybe there's a Soulforged in that room.
So Reprap is going to pull out the divining rod and point it in that direction, but also sort of scan across to see if it's strong in that direction.
Oh, it's like almost getting red hot in that direction.
Aloha Mora.
Yep.
Okay.
You basically you basically go like this, and it literally shines bright enough to change the light of the room when you point it down at that room at the end.
There is definitely of something interesting down there.
Reprap, I would put the statue in the egg if you can. That way she can be on her way before we talk to the whatever is in there.
All right, so Reprap is going to take the statue out of the bag of holding, and we're going to put that on top of the half egg.
As you're looking at it, you sort of put it on the top of the half egg, and it just sort of sits there for a moment, and then you hear a and you see like these sort of claws come up, and then another filigree comes over the top of the golden dragon, and then the bottom half of the egg sort of melts away in a very strange fashion, and the filigree goes away, and it floats as exactly like the other platinum dragon statue does. Vidar, are you looking at the egg right now?
Yeah, when technician was making movement, he looked over at him.
As soon as the filigree sort of melts away and it's just this giant cage for this dragon, you see a bunch of holographic lettering, sort of like runes, flash over the top of it, right above the levers. And it says, "Waiting for user input."
And they're just kind of permanently hovering there, or are they kind of just flickered?
They're flashing. They go. Shoo, shoo. The rest of you see the runic lettering, but you have no idea what it says.
Technician, that says awaiting user input. I assume.
Are you
know
sure?
how
I
to-
thought it said blah, blah, blah.
I'm asking you because you're a specialist in machinery. I'm the specialist in old words that no one else can read. So,
That makes sense.
do you have any idea what kind of input this machine would need other than pulling the lever?
Based on its construction, if there are several levers, we may need to enter a sequence. However, given the nature of this machine, RepRap's going to move over to the panel and sort of look for like a central lever, like a big lever, a big on lever.
There are only two, but they're just long enough that you can't reach both of them with both hands. But it does appear
We do have to do this simultaneously.
it does
I believe.
appear that central panel does move in some way, shape, or form.
Wait, and then RepRap's going to try to move the central panel a little bit,
It's not
like up,
fully
like
it's,
lift or like slide.
like it rotates.
Oh, okay. We'll try giving that a rotate real quick.
It refuses to rotate. It's definitely locked. Right.
I need one more person to pull the other lever.
I'll pull the other level. I got you, mate. Let's do it. And he's sort of like,
Okay.
it has like the lever that you pull, and it's got like another lever on it, like a trigger almost. You know, like the brake levers that you have to pull in really hard.
All right.
He's like, I'm strong.
Okay.
I'm actually super strong for my size. I don't know if you've seen my neck or lack thereof. I thought you should know that I'm super strong.
I assumed a thyroid problem. I apologize.
Oh no, there definitely is one. I've been
What's
diagnosed.
a thyroid?
It's a little thing inside your head that determines how quickly you grow.
Ah, fuck. Can we take that out? I don't want to grow anymore. To get new clothes and shit. Who would ever want that?
Right, are we going at the same time, or are we
Okay.
going individually? What's the
Here's
plan?
what we will do. You will hold down the trigger, but leave the lever in position. On the count of 3, as in on the 3, pull the lever down. Are you
Right.
ready?
Ready.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. RepRap pulls the lever down too.
You pull it, and all of a sudden the whole platform you guys are standing on vibrates. It goes, and you hear chuk 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 chuk, and that middle panel flips over, and a large pedestal shoots up with a very large green jade button on it.
Huh.
I love buttons. Don't get me wrong. I love buttons, but I'm not touching it.
Are there any more runes?
There are. Continue? Question mark.
Vidar, new runes.
This one appears to be questioning if we want to continue.
So it's like verifying it, right?
Green means go.
I
Correct?
think the lizard guy should do it. I don't think we should touch it.
Is it the same color of green as like the vines on our hands, or
No,
different?
it's the same color. Why is that so loud?
It's jade. I heard jade before, so I'm
It
going to
is
go
jade.
with.
It's the same color that Loershik turned.
I walk over to it and put my hand above it.
I mean, do it, my dude. Let's do it. Let's go.
I press it.
You press it, And Bolo runs up the side because you hear both platforms beginning to turn. The giant gear in the center sort of raises itself up slightly, begins to turn, and there's 4 arms that all have separate hammers that all begin to go all in sequence. So it just keeps smashing this filigree into a shape. You're not really sure what's going on because the egg has begun to rotate. Both eggs begin to rotate simultaneously, but you do notice that both eggs begin to glow red hot. Both of them. I need all of you to make perception checks, please.
My dice got cocked.
I think we're missing a Sabbath perception.
You are missing a Sabbath.
Dang. Okay. Technician, you hear a sort of, you know how when a TV turns on and you can hear a very brightly, very, very high-pitched noise when a tube TV turns on?
So, okay, yeah, I was about to ask because I hear that constantly, and yeah, so CRT.
A CRT,
Or like a-
it sounds like that for a moment, and then
Okay.
all of a sudden, you hear, in a language you don't understand, a bunch of phrases all in a row. Vidar, you can understand it. Intruders detected. Countermeasures deployed. Arrival estimated. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Something is arriving.
Okay, so
6.
I take it this is a we have 1 round to repair kind of thing.
Yes. You guys have 1 round to prepare.
Do we
Does not sound like the platinum dragon that we were promised.
does Okay, so technician rolled really high. Does technician see where they would be coming from, or we just have this blaring audio?
You have a blaring audio, and with the 21, the roof is actually sort of shaking. The platforms, the giant conveyors that are on the roof have begun to shake violently.
Okay.
Well, the first thing RepRap is going to do with that information is say, Defender to me. This is a little bit meta because Defender clipped through the wall. Thank you.
I got you, dog. and even Bolo is like, group up. We gotta defend each other. Get backs.
That is not my forte. I am hiding. Trust me on this one.
You can try.
Okay, what are these things on the side here? This like frog. I don't know why I'm thinking frog. The beam on the right side
You
where the
have
stairs are.
no idea what that is.
Okay, not what it is. How much of an object is it? Is it something I can literally cower behind? Is what I'm asking.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. So dash action and then uncanny bonus action to hide.
No, you can. Okay, if you want to roll a stealth, if you guys all want to try and stealth, you can just try and stealth right now.
They're kind of out in the fucking open.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on our 15-minute break before we start, and then the automated defenses will kick in. Whoa! Shit! Where are you hiding? Where are you hiding, Vidar?
Actually, would there be a place to hide? Like, I was standing here, like underneath the stairs, or
Yeah.
in the little crevice there.
Sure.
Cool. Then I'm hiding somewhere in that area there-ish.
Holy shit! You rolled 2 18s at disadvantage. What
Yeah,
the
boy.
shit?
I'm trying to find where I wrote down the feature I got from the clan, and I can't remember what it was, but I thought it had something to do with re-rolling stealth.
Yes, you can re-roll a stealth check once per session.
Once per session. Okay, I don't think I ever wrote that down, so I will need to do that.
But do you want to use it now?
I haven't rolled yet, so I just remembered I had something to do with stealth.
Oh.
I would like to re-roll the stealth. I would like to re-roll the stealth.
Yes, I'll let you re-roll this stealth. Oh my god, no way, dude! Will of the Old King. You have one
Oh,
more.
it's not-
You literally have one more. You have one more available to you.
One more one.
Oh, there we go!
Okay.
Whoa. Somebody clip that. Somebody
Yeah,
clip that.
I'm
Please.
just taking a
Yeah,
screenshot of
that's
that.
got to be clipped.
Please, somebody clip that. That was so good.
That is going straight into the Soulforged chat and being pinned.
Please do.
I have had my rolling of the Soulforged moment.
That was absolutely incredible. Yeah, rolling snake.
Samus feels highly uncomfortable with her positioning twice, and then shifts a little and goes, "Yes, this is perfect."
Wait. Okay, there.
Okay. But yeah, you can hide behind. There's like those statues that are above here. There's like these two little alcoves that you can go behind. That usually have machinery that don't appear to have anything but underneath them. And we'll sort it out in a minute when we get back, because I have to go to the bathroom. So we will see you guys.
I want a snack, so I'll be
We
back.
will see you guys in 15 minutes.
Yep.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Legendary Tales. My name is Devin, and we're about to get started in combat. So you guys hear a countdown. Is this where you want to be when the countdown gets to 0?
Is that where Bolo wants to be when the countdown hits 0?
He's hiding underneath the statue on that side.
Hey, Day, can you say something into your mic really quick?
Yes, I can.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Discord's doing some like
What?
bandwidth.
Yeah.
No, like my camera was terrible. The moment I started talking, it cleared up. And the moment the Day started talking, it cleared up for me on him.
Weird.
Oh, that's bizarre.
All right, so
Now that you guys are talking, I'm noticing that too.
you guys, the countdown reaches 0. You hear a Vidar, are you hiding underneath that statue that's right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Directly in front of you, right next to the button that is now sort of underneath a clear tile, you see a layout for 4 bars that all appear to be slowly going up and up as this drops down from the ceiling. A 5-headed hydra that appears to be made of bronze. Excuse me.
So you're saying the bars look like they're meters that are going up? Is that what they are?
They are. Sabas, will you make a perception check for me, please?
Some fucking bright lights went around. What the hell? Hey, oh my god.
Okay.
I yell down, should we head to the other room before whatever is going on goes on?
I need everyone to add themselves to combat, please.
I have forgotten how to do that.
Right-click on your token. There's a sword and shield in the bottom right.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Okay. I need to add... Okay, and then everyone can roll for themselves. Jeez, my cough is out of control right now. Steel Defender goes on your turn. What are you doing?
I didn't roll for Steel Defender.
He goes on your
Decided
turn.
Steel Defender to come. Okay.
He goes on your turn at the same turn as you. It's in the rules.
Okay.
Okay. So Sabas, or Technician, will you make Technician and Vidar, you can't really see it. Loershik and Technician, will you make perception checks, please? Technician and Loershik, you notice that on this thing, it sort of looks like a turtle in front of you. There's a large bar on the very base of it that's going from the bottom to the top of it, appears to be filling with energy. Or a light begins to fill from the bottom to the top.
Can you
How
point to where this
far
is on the
along
map?
is it?
It's right here.
Oh, okay.
At the same time, there's 4 of them all together. There's 2 down here, south of you. So let me show the stream down here. There's 4 of them. This one appears to be crackling with a jade green energy, and the bar on it is filling up. The other 3 are glowing a little bit, but they're not glowing as much as this one is.
How far along is the bar?
It just started.
Okay.
And that brings us to Vidar.
Do the bars that I see on the ground by the button, do they kind of reflect that, where 3 of them are mostly empty but one of them's filling?
Yep. And it's your turn, Vidar.
I think Vidar is just going to stay hidden and hold his action until something happens. Just kind of.
You have to save it for something specific.
Yeah, but that's how that works, right? And
For example, if the Hydra moves towards your friends, or if it gets within range of you to throw something, if it moves, if it does something, you can trigger your action. But your movement is separate. So if you don't want to move and you want to stay right there, stay right there.
If I move it, I have to re-roll stealth to stay hidden.
No.
no, stealth is constant until you are detected.
Or until you attack.
That's good.
Because when you attack, you are immediately, they know where you are.
I'm going to slink up the stairs and kind of maybe in my hands kind of materialize one of my psychic blades to kind of prepare it for if it moves to attack us.
Okay. So you're moving up to this platform?
Yeah, like right about here, just behind the statue a bit.
Sure. Okay. You should still be within throwing range. I want to make sure that you're there. So, are you going to hold it until it moves?
Yeah, until it moves in an aggressive manner. If it's maybe
Okay.
it's friendly, who knows?
Oh, that was okay. So now it's Bolo's turn. Bolo is also going to hold until it decides to move. Lorshik, it's your turn.
I'm gonna walk over to the turtle. Think I have enough movement for that? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How quickly is it filling up?
2 turns and it will be full. So this turn it will be halfway done. The end of the next turn it will be full.
Is it filling with like a liquid? Is it just like glowing light?
It appears to be like a sort of LED or like a holographic meter that's just filling. It appears to be filling with like a lightning energy, sort of.
And we see the Hydra that's coming down is just some bronzed Hydra, massive.
Mm-hmm.
I put my hand on the turtle.
Make a... I'm going to ask, do you want... Make a wisdom saving throw, or you can choose to fail it.
I'll choose to fail it.
You touch it, and your eyes begin to glow with a jade light, and all of a sudden the turret is moving with your face wherever you're looking.
Which turret is this? I must
The
have
one you're
missed that 'cause I
touching.
must have
You're
stepped away.
touching the turtle. The turtle is
Oh.
actually a turret.
Can I still see my friends?
Mm-hmm.
Can I communicate to them?
Sure.
I just yell out, "This seems to be a weapon of sorts." And I point the turtle at the Hydra. And do I get a sense of like, is this like a weapon, or is this like a clown game where I spray the mouth of the clown to fill up the meter at the carnival?
You
Like,
have
do
no
I spray
idea.
the Hydra?
You have no idea.
I point the turret down to like the lava below and just like try to shoot.
It doesn't do anything. I'm going to say that's your action. Okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Technician, what would you like to do?
Technician is going to move to here and hold an action to attack if the Hydra attacks anybody in the party.
Okay, sounds good. What was the stealth that you rolled, technician?
I want to say 22, but I'm not certain
Yep,
of
22.
that. Let me
There it
double
is.
check.
Okay.
22.
Loershik, you weren't hidden, right? You didn't stealth.
I rolled for stealth, but I rolled only a 15.
You rolled 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The heads are sort of like going all over the place, but you notice, Loershik, Vidar, technician, you notice that it sees Loershik and Bolo. And it sort of is like trying to figure out what it wants to do. And it it's going to move toward Bolo. And with that, Vidar, technician, and Bolo's actions are triggered. Because it's going to run over and it's going to bite Bolo. So, go ahead. Let's go ahead and do Vidar first.
If I'm hidden, do I get advantage?
You absolutely do. For real?
Jeez.
I think it hits. I'm pretty sure it hits. I'm just throwing it out there.
Unfortunately, not a crit, though. And I assume I get a sneak attack as well with
You
that?
do absolutely get sneak attack damage, yeah. Wow, 9 on 4d6. That's... Dang, okay. Minus 16. Oh, maybe if I had Numlock on, that would have been helpful. That's 16. You see that you hit it. Wait, is it? I think it's surprisingly, actually,
It's dead
doesn't-
already?
No, it doesn't appear to. Your dagger didn't appear to be very effective. Then we'll do Bolo. Bolo's gonna unload his gun into this guy. He does not get advantage. Excuse me? He has plus 13? Oh, he does.
Oh boy.
Okay. He shoots. He basically goes, pulls up his gun, and he goes, and the shot rings out through the thing, and you see that it takes a bunch of damage to the neck, but all it does is dent the plates on the side of the neck. Doesn't appear to do. Appears to do very little damage. And that is technician.
So just so we're clear here, none of the shot from Bolo's shot firing is embedded in that bronze hydra?
Nope. He did damage, don't get me wrong, it just was not as much as you'd expect.
I'm going to do with this.
Oh, shit. 60 feet? Are you within range?
I just barely. My edge touches him. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, do damage.
I'm asking for permission because it is metal, and it does sort of specify worn or carried. So is this like a metal plate? Is it kind of like an armor? Like, I know I'm going meta, and I'm kind of saying, "Hey, teacher, give me homework." But
So, in this instance, it's inorganic, and you're heating up a part of it. So yes, it will do damage. Yes.
oh, okay. 7. It just has it. There we go.
And that's fire damage.
Yes.
Okay. You're heating up a part. What part are you heating up on it?
Just one of the outer plates towards the upper torso.
It has 5 heads, by the way. 5 heads. Thought you should know. Okay, so that brings us to its attack. It's going to attack Bolo to bite. Oh, that was literally almost a nat 20. Holy moly. Yeah, he only has an AC of 16. Oh my god! The damage! Alright, I need to do a thing. Always by owner update. It sort of snaps a bunch of heads at him, and he definitely took some damage from it. That brings us to Sabas.
What's the metal this thing is made out of?
Bronze.
Bronze. I believe bronze is anti-corrosive. Yeah.
It's actually made of patina bronze. So it's got like a sort of brown, dark brown sheen to it, where the parts that wear together are very bright.
I still believe that bronze has anti-corrosive properties.
It does.
Yeah.
My parents owned a bronze foundry for years, so.
So Sabas is going to cast Shadow Blade using the Mana Magic Subtle spell as to say in Self.
Fair. Make sure you spend your sorcery points. Or sorcery
Will do.
point. Not sure if it takes more than 1.
It's 1.
Okay. It's fair enough.
And then, as I am still hidden, and that is... Well, that's a bonus action, right? Yep. Still hidden, dash action. Let's see. Oh, how do you calculate jump again in this?
Say again?
How do you calculate jump in D&D?
You just roll. You can only roll. You can only jump horizontally, whatever your strength stat is in feet.
Okay, never mind then. Dash action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Diagonal
8,
is only
9,
1. So here, let me help you out.
11. Basically going all the way around it, continuing to be held. That's stealth, and I have 80 feet of movement with dash.
You have 80 feet.
Behind it specifically. Yeah. Okay, so I can go behind it.
So you can make it pretty much anywhere. Actually, you just can't go through it. So if you were to go, here, this is where you could go.
Did not quite realize I actually have to not move through walls. That's cool.
Yeah, I made walls on this on purpose, so you don't kill yourself accidentally. Give it.
Okay, so we'll go there. Would you like me to roll another stealth check, or am I still okay with the previous one?
No, you would have known if she saw you.
Okay. And that is all my actions and bonus actions, so that is my turn.
Okay. True. Fantastic. That brings us to Vidar. You are no longer stealthed, by the way. You are very much apparent. But also not any children, so you are also not apparent.
Vidar is going to dash to go the long way around.
Okay. Here.
Yeah, how would I actually account for the walls and not fly through lava there? And
How far can you go?
80 with dash.
So you make it right here. You should be able to go along that path. Hopefully, I don't... You might, yeah, there you go.
And I'm just going to get near the statue and be ready, and I don't think I have...
This one's bar does not appear to be filling up at all.
Right.
Okay. Are you... that was your bonus action.
Bonus action. Oh, that was a... Dash is a bonus action?
Yeah, you...
That's a rogue uncanny action.
Yeah, rogue, a cunning action. You can dash as a bonus action.
Oh, neat. I didn't even know that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and stab a little bit again, even though it's apparently
swing
not
away.
effective. Do I get a sneak attack because there's somebody standing behind them?
Yeah, if there's anyone within 5 feet, you get sneak attack damage.
I mean, I'm not actively attacking them, but yeah. That's a better sneak attack roll.
There's the sneak attack damage. Damn. Minus. Okay, you did damage.
That my turn.
Okay. Bolo's just gonna keep hammering away. I've got its attention. Maybe get to the turrets on the other side. Technician, I would get to the far one.
I am en route.
His voice is like actively cracking. He's just struggling to do anything right now without like obviously dying. No way, I just rolled a nat 20. The heck? Are you serious? 4d8 and I roll 48 plus 7 I roll 17. Get the heck out of here.
God damn it.
When the crit damage lets you down real hard. All right. He's just going to sit there and try and tank it. Loreshek, what would you like to do? The start
point
of your
the turret towards...
Hold on. Let me paint a picture for you real quick. You have your hand on it. You feel like this energy rolling into this turret, and the bar reaches the top, and your vision fills with red boxes over each of the heads of the Hydra. There is also a red box over Bolo, Sabis, and Vidar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I point the turrets, one of the turrets at the head closest to me.
Okay.
And before I do anything, I yell to it in Draconic. We are trying to bring back, I can't remember her name, the Lord of Dragons.
Amok.
And Maksamut.
Mm-hmm.
And I pause just briefly for like half of a second to see if it responds at all. And I just think, shoot at the head.
As you have your hand on it and the squares start appearing and you start looking, you're like, I want to save her. It goes, and this gigantic bolt of green lightning goes, and smashes into one of the heads, and it just explodes in molten bronze everywhere. And one of the heads is destroyed.
I assume that was my action.
That was your action, absolutely. What else are you doing right now?
Cool.
Are you doing anything else? You still
I
have
just-
a bonus action and a move.
I want to use my bonus action to yell to Vidar and say, try to speak in your old language, get it to stop.
And after it fires, the barrel of the turret goes red hot and begins to warp in an awkward way, and the turret shuts down.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, you're not moving or anything?
I guess since it's shut down, I'll move as far as I can to the dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. And the rest of you see that craziness, and like as soon as Sabas, you're behind it, like ready to fire, and you see this giant green ray of energy sort of bouncing all over in the room, and it blows up one of the heads into molten brass, all over the floor in front of you. Vidar, you see the same thing. All right, I need a d6. I have dice with me right now, so I'm rolling real dice for this because I feel like it. All right. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Okay. Technician. You see this turret down here south of you. There's 4 turrets, by the way. Everyone watching at home. This turret down here begins to glow. It's your turn. What would you like to do, technician?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that part.
You're zoning out,
Yep.
my dude.
Yeah, no, just a little bit. That's my
I
bad.
was looking at Day like,
Are you okay,
you
my
doesn't
guy?
take this long to think of something to do.
The turret south of you, the one that you're going towards, begins to
That
glow.
one started to glow. Okay. So I'm gonna do my bonus action first. And so what's the right way to recause the damage from heat metal using this system?
Bonus action.
Yeah, I know, but it's like there's nothing for me to click on or anything. Is
Scroll
there
up,
just-
scroll up, and do it again, or just roll. Was it 2d8? It's 2d8. You could just roll 2d8 if you want.
Yeah, I found it. Okay, so we'll do that as the bonus action. Then we're going to take the dash action.
Here, I got you.
Can he ride Defender like a horse?
No, the defender's not big enough.
No. That's it. That's my movement.
All right, the Patina Hydra is going to attack Bolo again. Jesus. Oh, another 21 damage. Jeez. All right. That brings us to Sabas.
You're in a stabby time.
All right. You do have advantage because I think we decided that flanking is a thing, right? Did we?
I am still stealth.
Oh, either way, you're good.
So let me go back to.
Because I don't think it can, yeah, it literally can't even roll up to a 31. So
There we go. I will assume that hits.
yes, absolutely.
So that is the
Dang.
attack, and then 29 damage.
All right. You're watching it, and as you swing your blade down onto it, it doesn't appear to do as much damage as you thought it would.
Neat.
Are you doing anything else with your bonus action?
I do have a bonus action, yeah. Try and remember something real quick. Okay, yeah. Cutting action, disengage.
Okay. You know what the best part is?
There we go.
This
That's my.
has a special rule for you not allowed to do that. So it has multi-attack, and it has up to 5 reactions that can be used. As long as there are more than 2 heads alive, you cannot disengage from this monster.
Okay.
But you would not have known that. So it's going to bite
That
you.
is a good point.
It's going to bite you. It's going to try. It only has a +10 to hit. So what's your AC?
18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
On the dot.
Which I believe defender wins.
It's a meter beat, actually. You take 23 points of damage as it bites.
Okay.
It doesn't stop you from moving. You can move away. You just... Disengaging doesn't work because of the way that this Hydra works. Because it has so many heads. There's too many heads. All right, that brings
Too
us
many heads.
to the top. Vidar.
Vidar is going to... I can still stab from here, right?
Oh. Yeah, you can stab all the way from...
I think this is my max movement
What's-
for one turn.
Remember, you can
Yeah,
bonus action dash.
Yeah, based on how long it took to charge the first cannon, I'm going to just hang out here in case... Because I don't know the order that the cannons are going to charge.
To be
Kinda
fair,
wanna be
neither
in
do I.
In between the two is the goal.
Okay, sounds good. You could definitely hit it from there.
Yeah, so going to stand here and stab.
Stab away. You can also bonus attack as well. Or bonus action attack.
Sorry, I needed a real concentration check for the damage for the spell.
Fair enough.
I get a sneak, right? Because of
You do get a sneak. Oh my gosh. The damage. 31. Jeez. And that's your bonus
18
action
hit.
attack? Yep, that hits. Jesus. Okay.
And so then Vidar is just going to throw the knives and then be standing there waiting to dash in either direction to either cannon.
You're just like ready for it. Bolo is going to use his acrobatics to get on top of the stairs, which he promptly fails. I can't believe that. So he's just gonna chill. He can't quite get up there because he's got short little legs. Loershik.
I'm gonna go down. I can't stand on top of like the device, right?
No, that
This
gear.
is
The
probably
gears
the
are
closest I
constantly
could be.
moving.
Okay. I killed the head closest to me,
You did.
so I'm going to attack the next one over.
Okay.
Assuming, can I get to its like neck or something?
Mhm.
I assume this thing's massive. Okay.
Yeah, this is just a representation of the body. The heads are like sort of all over the place, just looking at everybody. But it's your turn. Monsieur
My
Louis.
character sheet's all broken.
It's broken.
Can you unlock my sheet?
Your sheet is locked?
Yeah, I have red boxes everywhere. I can't.
Weird.
What?
Yep, it says that I have nothing. The section's empty. Unlock the sheet.
The red boxes were the targeting things for the laser. That's different.
Let me take away permissions and then give you permissions again. So close that sheet out. Okay. And then look in your characters and then try this. Excuse me. How's it looking now?
I have my maul. I have nothing under. Okay, features is back. Spellbook is empty. That's what it's supposed to be. The spellbook in effect is still saying my sheet is locked, but I might be able to make this work now.
Your maul should also be in the attribute section as well, because I favorited it.
It is now, yeah. It was empty before.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, the only one spellbook and effects are still doing the thing, but I don't need those right now. I don't think.
That's
I'll just restart the
attack.
page after your turn, I guess.
I don't get advantage or anything since I'm on the other side of it, since it was
No, you
attracting
do.
the bolo, right?
You do.
Okay.
That's definitely a hit. Jesus Christ. Okay,
And I will take my second attack.
do it.
Do I still get advantage, or since I attacked?
You absolutely do.
Cool.
You still hit.
Oh, sweet.
It's not hard to hit. It's got basically 10 AC, and that's it. It's just so big. Dang. It's still so much.
It's a giant chair.
So much damage. Are you?
I am going to action surge.
Okay. You're denting the crap out of this thing, by the way.
Dent me, baby.
Okay, that's a hit.
And I get another attack, right? Since
You
action
do.
surge
Every
is
time
an
you take an
additional
action, you get an additional attack. Then when you get higher level, you get more attacks. Okay, what's the damage? Jeez. Okay. You're just wailing
That's
on the side of
my
this thing.
turn.
All right. That brings us to Technician.
All right. I think I am able to move just up to the side of that.
You absolutely are.
And I'm going to stick my hand on it.
The UI comes up again, and this is ready to go. The red squares.
Right. We are going to fire at at the nearest undented head.
Okay. It sort of turns to you, and you think fire, and that green lightning just swirls, boom, and explodes that one head. There's 3 heads left. And the cannon itself sort of warps to a position where it's not usable anymore.
Then for my bonus action, we're going to redeal the damage for heat metal.
Sure.
I just have a lot of scrolling to do. Hang on.
Hey, Devin, can you really quick just subtract or add 1 health to the dragon? And then put it back.
Yeah. Why?
The UI is showing me floating health numbers whenever you make changes now. And I can see the health to the dragon.
Of which me and Bisbee can't see that. So did you just become
Same.
a DM in an accident?
What?
I don't see health bars, but whenever you make adjustments, it's like seeing like an MMO. The green number or red number appears above the dragon for me and floats and disappears.
What?
I think you should restart your virtual tabletop because you are on some shit.
This is okay. Weird. That's not supposed to happen. That's okay. You see you did 7? What? I saw it too. What the
Yes.
heck? What?
I didn't say anything.
What is? You have to zoom in. You have to really zoom in to see it, but
Do it again?
because they'll zoom in on the monster.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's not.
I wish those were larger.
That's not supposed to be happening. Scrolling status text. Let's uncheck that box. Save. How about now? You
I don't
see it?
think so.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything.
I didn't see anything.
Okay. Okay, good. I fixed it.
So
that should
so
not be
yes, to
happening.
answer your question, that was another 7 fire damage.
Okay, I did it. Not that I'm not going to use that in the future, but right now it matters because this monster has very specific mechanics. But you're done, technician.
Yeah,
correct?
done. I'm movement, action, and bonus action.
All right. Now that it knows there are 2 of you, each of you will be taking attackies. There are 3 heads.
DM, if I know something, should I share it with the group or should I shut up? Do I know what I know?
What do you mean? Do you know what you know?
I'll DM you.
I don't know what that means.
Do any of us really know what we know? Is knowledge a thing that one can possess, or is it simply part of the shared consciousness of the universe?
According to the last time I stepped too deep in my thoughts, none of it matters. So whatever the hell that happens in my brain.
That is what we consider meta, Ryan. So no.
Okay.
And it was also mostly because I fucked up the hit points. I mistyped on accident, actually. So I was trying to fix where we were supposed to be at for hit points. What's your AC? Yeah, you. Purple boy.
400?
400.
16.
16? Okay, so he does hit you. 22 points of damage, sir. No, he did not just nat 20 on my boy. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, so... Bolo does not appear to be in good health anymore. That being said...
not in good health still moving, or not in good health not moving?
We're not supposed to see his health bar, right?
Oh, no. Can you see his health bar?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, sometimes I do it for Casimir. If it's a character that's going to be sticking around for a long time, I'll let you see the health bar. But for this guy, it doesn't matter because he won't be with you after this.
This is some dude we picked up on the fucking bar. Like, dude, you want to kill some fucking shit? Let's go.
Yeah, pretty much. Sabas, it's your turn.
Okay. Which cannon lit up?
That's a good question. That would be the one closest to Vidar.
Okay. Well, I no longer have my dagger because I got hit really hard.
You did. You did lose concentration on your shadow blade.
So we're gonna move closer. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. This is within 30 feet. And even though I said to myself it was probably resistant to corrosive, we're still doing Tasha's Caustic Brew
Sounds good.
at 2nd level.
Okay, you can try. I need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, it does, yes. Of which the DC is
A
14.
nat 1. Are you freaking kidding me?
Okay. So damage is that. I don't know why it's asking for a critical hit when it physically can't do that.
And then
And it is covered in acid at the start of each of its turns. It rolls the damage again.
okay. Sounds good. Oh,
I don't know.
You had to place the template. I got you.
I don't know how I did that. It's probably because my push dock key is mouse 4, so it fucks up with websites sometimes.
Well, it is. This one is on a template. You just can aim it wherever you want. So
Gotcha. Yeah, so it's covered in acid, takes 4d4. Wait, did it roll 2d4 or did it roll 4d4?
yeah, 2d4 from every turn on its turn from now on.
Upcasting, 4d4, I believe.
Oh,
It
Yeah,
did
it's-
roll 4d4 on it.
Yeah, that was me saying, what did it actually roll? It just rolled a really shitty 4d4.
it rolled a terrible 44.
So, still takes 44 at the start of every one of its turns. Yeah, it has to use one of its actions to remove the acid.
Okay, and it's not going to do that. So,
There's
Vidar,
bigger worries, like the big cannon.
the turret closest to you is lighting up.
I'm gonna touch it.
You touch it and you see that it's about halfway. So it's starting to charge this turn. And you see the little red squares appearing all over the 3 heads that are there. And then you see one on Bolo, you see one on Lurshik, you see one on Defender, Technician, and Sabas.
Is there any way I can use my psychic energy generator thing that I got inside me as a robot to try to channel that into the thing and charge it faster?
Sure, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's the one on the left, right?
Yep. The one, no, the one underneath Constitution, the green one. You try, but it does not work.
Wait,
You make an attempt, but it does not.
can I?
You only had a +3. It should be a +6, right?
No, he doesn't have proficiency.
Oh.
Is that a saving throw that I can cross and grits on?
Yes, I will let you Kraz and Grits that. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, you charge it fully, but you feel yourself sort of drain a little bit. I'm going to give you a level of fatigue.
Was that a primary action or a bonus action? Or am I actually able to use it right now, or do I still?
No, you're able to use it right now. That would be part of a bonus action. I'd say that.
Cool. Then I'm going to zap the head that most recently bit Bolo, maybe.
Yep. One of them just explodes in molten bronze, and the turret itself sort of like warps and contorts. And then the one south of you begins to light up.
And I assume that that's the end of my turn.
That
or-
is the end of your turn. Bolo is just freaking out, just trying to shoot it. At least he hits. That's good. Right? Nice. There's only 2 left. Lorshik, what would you like to do?
I'm going to beat the shit out of it.
Sure, you could try. That's a hit. You just don't roll a 1.
Oops.
Awesome, you hit. Okay.
I am going to... Hungry Jaws.
Hungry Jaws?
Hungry Jaws.
Omnum bronze.
So this is where I don't have access to bite because it's in my spell book.
No, go to inventory.
Of my spell.
Go to inventory.
Yeah.
There should be a bite right there.
Yeah, it should be up at the very top.
Oh, it's green. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's equipped.
Like an artificer, he keeps his hungry jaws in his pocket.
It wakes up, equips teeth.
There you go. You bite that bronze. Doesn't feel very good, but you do it.
Do my teeth, since it's piercing, do they sink into it and it like feels hollow on the inside, or is it just like solid bronze?
No, it is hollow on the inside. There's all sorts of gears and mechanical stuff that you can see now that you've dented like one of the chests, like with the breastplates, and you've dented it really hard, and you can see like some really intricate machinery on the inside.
I yell out to the group, it's mechanical on the inside. That's the end of my turn.
All right, technician.
I 1 second, I'm looking to see if I have, well, that's an interesting thought. Okay. We dashing.
Okay. Okay.
And then using the bonus action to cause the heat metal damage again.
Okay.
Scrolling. And that's going to be it.
All right. The Patina Hydra has 2 heads left. It's going to bite Loershik. Or not. Wait, 16 is your AC, right?
Correct.
Okay. It hits you and it hits it hits Bolo.
Question: since it attacked Bolo, do I get Sentinel Attack as well?
Um
Oh, well, share it in chat. There you
yes.
go. Cool. When you're ready, I will reaction then.
It deals 14 damage to you, and then it does a pitiful 8 damage to.
Also, it does take 44 from the acid.
Oh, do you want to go ahead and roll that?
I will, yes.
No, it doesn't. It takes 2d4.
I upcasted, remember. I'm just gonna roll 44 from this tab instead of the actual weapon thing. God fucking damn it.
Wow. Womp womp womp. Yeah, since she casted it at 2nd level, it does do 44 every turn as well. So.
Which is a hell of an upcast bonus. Usually it's not that much of a bonus.
I know, right?
I think that's the best upcast spell I know of. Other than, like, hold person with targets.
That's a hit. Damn. All right. You're doing mad damage. Holy shit. That brings us to Sabas.
Okay. How many layers of acid can a creature have? It's not a concentration, is it?
I believe
No.
it's not a concentration check.
More acid. Just
It is
all of the acid.
It is a concentration spell.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. I was about to ask, like, how many layers of acid can you put on something? So I'm not going to do that acid. But that was a lie.
You could do acid.
However, I have this acid.
There you go.
So that is DC 14 Dex.
Okay. And it fails. You're gonna be real.
I got one good Psychic Blades attack, and then it was like downhill from here.
You're gonna be real mad. That brings us to Vidar.
If I can dash as a bonus action, can I actually dash as a primary action too?
You absolutely can.
No, that doesn't make
Double
sense.
dash.
You can
Because I
double
can't
dash.
get- I can only make it most of the way there if I
No.
dash.
You have regular movement. It's 40 feet. One dash
Yeah.
is 80 feet. Another dash is 120 feet.
Oh, right. I'm just saying that I can't get there and use it
No.
in a single turn anyway, so might as well dash as a bonus action and might as well just stab and bonus stab and then move is what I'm going to do.
Sounds good. So here's your 80 feet, because you can always attack first.
Yeah, I'm going to use attack and bonus attack and then just use a regular move for 40.
Okay. Okay. So you throw your 2 daggers, and I want you to paint me the picture of how the second to last head falls off.
The first one flies through and kind of like cuts open a gash in the neck, and there's like a little gear spinning right there in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one comes flying in and hits, like, sticks into the metal next to it and like kind of like clogs up the gear, and like the gear backs up and it just rotates the head off backwards.
Oh, so it
Like
just goes, it like rotates it into the body and it like smashes itself inside.
Yeah, basically the gear freezing up basically forces the thing to rotate in a way that it wasn't supposed to and rips the head off.
And you're moving 40 feet?
Yeah, and then moving towards the other thing.
Okay. Yeah, so it only has one head left. Bolo just looks at it and rolls a natural 1. Man, Bolo, you're really disappointing, my guy. Lower shit, go ahead.
How bad is Bolo looking?
Bad.
I'm going to walk over to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to give him a health bot.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack the last head with him.
Sure. Need to roll.
I assume I don't get
no, you don't.
advantage
No.
anymore. 'Cause, yeah.
Will you do the healing potion as well?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I don't know how much you healed him for.
For whoppings 8.
That puts him at 12 hit points. So there you go.
We're getting there. Wonderful.
Keep in mind, he started out with 106. So
Yikes.
yeah, he was hurting.
All right.
You just keep denting the shit out of the front plates. It seems to be mechanically failing really hard. Technician.
That is my turn.
All right. Okay, from here, we're actually going to attack.
Okay. You gonna pew pew with your crossbow?
He is.
Weird. Okay, your first hit.
Well, that's disappointing.
It is ever so disappointing. Your second attack? That's a hit. Okay.
Then we're going to move.
Okay.
And then we're going to cause the, for bonus action, we're going to cause the
2d8.
heat metal damage. Yep.
Sounds good. Jesus. Oh no. Bolo goes down to 0 hit points as the Hydra's last head violently lashes out at Bolo.
Can I reaction that?
Yes. That's a hit. That's a ton of damage, Jesus. Okay. That brings us to Sabbath.
Sorry, I can't drink water. Give me a sec.
Are you dying?
I can't drink water. This is a problem.
Do me a favor.
Sabas has a drinking problem.
Roll me the 4d4 acid, please, real quick.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay.
1, 1, 3, 3. They're always even. Yeah. Well, we determined that Spike Egg isn't the best thing. I'm out of second level spell slot, so. Acid Splash. Deck save.
It succeeds, so it takes no damage.
Correct. That is a turn.
All right. Vidar.
Vidar is going to... I guess bonus action dash down to this thing and touch it.
Okay. That lights up immediately. It charged this turn.
And I'm going to do the shoot.
All right. The green energy sprays along the side of the thing, and the last head of the Hydra explodes, and the whole thing just falls apart into gears and sprockets and nuts and bolts and giant plates and stuff. It just basically completely breaks apart in front of you, dissolves in front of you, and about a minute after, like as it takes a long time for it to disassemble itself, the hammers finally stop, goong, 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 and you see the two eggs sort of fly up into the air and then smash into one another. Loershik, in your head you hear, "Thank you."
So, that's cool, but is Bolo dead?
1 second. Loershik, what do you do?
I just look up at the ceiling and say, you're welcome. And then I lean down and I jam a potion in Bolo's throat.
Sure. Go ahead and heal him.
Chug this, you bitch.
He sort of comes back. And you can see like there's just giant holes missing in his armor. And he like holds Loershik, he holds the hand and add the potion, and he's like, "Thank you, mate. I'm gonna take a nap real quick." And he just sort of like passes out, like resting for a moment. Vidar, your body has begun to glow with your proximity to the entrance of that area.
Ooh, fancy. Can I hop on one of my flying brooms and just fly directly over?
You absolutely can.
I can't move myself up across that apparently, though. I'm flying.
What are the rest of you doing now that we're out of combat? We are no longer in combat.
I'm trying to remember how to exit combat.
I got it.
Gotcha.
I'm going to start moving in that same direction.
I'm going to look around and see if I see a knock anywhere.
If you see what, a knock?
Mm-hmm.
You do not, but you feel like her presence is here.
I'd look over to Callum and ask, do you see any giant dragons anywhere?
If you wait for a moment, look there. And he like points at the giant crumbling like hydra, and you can see like a small tiny little like smallest little tiny baby platinum dragon sort of laying inside of a nest that's just sort of made itself in the gears and sprockets and the nuts and bolts.
Walk over to it and put my hand out next to it. How big is it compared to my hand?
It's about the size of your palm.
I just put my hand down next to it to see if she wants to climb into my hand.
She blows like a very warm fire into it, but she does not appear to want to go into your hand. And as soon as you're looking,
I pull out a piece of beef jerky and set it next to her.
And she gobbles it up. And just next to her, you can see this like on one of her, like she has full wings and everything. One of her wings, like the normally platinum dragons, they're like the webbing between their wings is spectacularly like really bright platinum, but this is actually gold.
I call technician back over so he can look at this.
And the pile of sprockets and gears and everything, you're looking in there, technician, and there's like this tiny little baby platinum dragon that has like gold webbing between the tendrils on its wings.
Immediately. Hello.
It sort of does like a weird sort of tiny bow to you.
It is friendly. You wanted me to look at this?
Is Anaxamut.
Hello, Anaxamut.
It bows its head to you.
I was not going to steal your statue.
Sort of nods.
Perhaps we should go check on Vidar. I'm sure she'll be fine on her own.
And Bolo just sort of sits next to you. He's like, I've got it. I'll stay here. Don't worry.
I give Bolo a piece of beef jerky.
He just starts munching on it. He's like, this is amazing.
Sabas is gonna set her backpack down and pull out a fucking blanket and just throw it on the bitch and be like, I will make you some food. Trust me, I want some too.
I start walking towards Vidar as well.
There appears to be something very important going down there. You might want to follow your friends.
You sure?
Your boy is glowing. Look at him. And you guys can even see from down here that Vidar's runes, or like his temper, is actually beginning to glow. And
Sabas sort of looks back at Shires, goes, I want the blanket back later, and then heads down.
He nods at you. You guys start making your way down, and you go... you get down to the entrance of this like thing with the filigree that for Vidar it says creation happens beyond this point. There's like a sheen. Like if you were to look at it, it's like a sort of water, silver water is over the entrance of this area. What are you doing? And Vidar is straight up like an actual lighthouse at this point.
Dowsing rod.
That thing is red hot.
At the entrance or at Vidar?
Both.
I think you should go first, Vidar.
Sure, maybe we'll find somebody.
You guys push.
Sabas.
You push through.
Stop.
You push through the sheen, and you don't really fall head first, but your whole orientation moves 90 degrees forward, and you sort of begin to float down into this sort of almost enigmatic cloud of green energy down to a large pillow. And when I say a large pillow, this pillow is like 50 feet across. And sitting on the edge of it looking out is a very small, I should say large. She's giant. She's like a giant, but she appears to be a very young woman dressed in a sort of satin nightgown. She has a large pigtail that's done up in a gold band, and she has black hair. And she's not facing you. She's dangling her feet off the edge of the pillow. And right directly in the center of the pillow is like a button. So it's like those old school pillows that have like the little button in the middle, and then it sort of flows outward from there. Vidar, as soon as you land on the pillow, the pinion appears right in the center of the pillar, and right in the center of the pillow.
Does this appear to be a Soulforged or a Soulforger?
Soulforger.
And was this one of those kind of things like Progenitor where they appeared to be like only visible because I'm present.
That's absolutely it.
Vidar is just going to kind of move around a little bit to kind of try to get into the line of sight of this person. Kind of like peering around like, hey, I'm present kind of motion.
She doesn't actually motion to you at all, but she actually pats both sides of her on the edge of the pillow.
Vidar is just going to walk up and sit down, dangling legs off the edge just like her.
Is everyone else doing it or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow.
What side do you sit on, Sabas? Her left side or right side?
I guess left side.
With Vidar? Vidar sitting on her left side, I assume.
Yeah.
And then Lawyer Shika Technician, you're on the other side?
Yeah.
As soon as you look at her, she has like her most perfect unblemished face of a girl in her like late teens. She's just looking off the edge, and as you look off the edge, the sort of void in front of you is a little bit overwhelming. And as all of you look down, you sort of readjust, and it's this huge sort of lake made of this like iridescent green liquid, and she's like dangling her feet in it, and she just sort of looks over at Vidar. She says, "It's been a long time. I'm glad you came back." And her eyes are sort of like dead. It's the same color green. Or no, hers is blue. I'm sorry. The whole no green, light blue. I apologize. She sort of turns to you, and her eyes are glowing a sort of light blue, and she's like, "I'm glad you came back. But I'm actually incredibly happy that you're here."
I'm happy that I'm here too. I seem to be remembering so much, but not everything. I don't remember why I came back or why I was here in the first place.
Time has its sort of time erodes everything, including memory, especially when it's physical like you. You won't remember me, but I am, what is my current name? She sort of sits there for a moment and thinks. She looks at you. I am, I'm Trusted Sister, by the way. I'm the second Soulforger. I'm the one that made Forald, Forge Master, as you call him, and Bambasta, Chilled Heart. She's also my daughter. So I know that you met her. You've met her voice. And I'm so glad that you're here. Who did you see first? She's sort of looking at Loershik. Looking down on you.
I just pull my arm back. My sleeve back to show her my arm.
And she actually takes her whole hand and she entwines your guys' fingers. And she holds it close. And you can see that she's actively marking you. And on your fingertips, you have like these sort of like strange circles. And then they lead down and it like traces your bone structure all over your hand in like this blue neon light. And she's like, "I'm glad you're here too. I just want to say to all four of you, and of course I won't forget you." She sort of smiles at Defender. "I want you all to know that I have never been more proud of immortals in my life, of mortals. You are all fantastic paragons of your being. And my daughter is going to die. And I don't know if there's anything that we can do to stop it." My newest daughter.
I just ask. Bombasta?
No, the newest one, and my newest Soulforged. You know how you found Chastelet? Mine is...
Where is your daughter?
She's in Siltheim.
Is there even the slightest chance that we could save her?
If you were to hurry and get there with a miracle, I can only give you so much power. I could put you on the continent, but you have to find her yourself. And she, like, you could see that tears, she's actively crying about it.
What does she look like? Do you know?
She's a dwarf.
Well, it sounds like we don't have time to waste.
Yeah.
Do you know what city she might be near?
And she's like, she wipes the tears away from her face. She looks at you. Here, I'll bring us all to Siltheim so we can all look at it together. Oh, you guys are not there right now. Excuse me.
Kill him. Just kill him now. He's right there.
Who, Yvonne?
Yeah.
Oh,
Last I looked, she was in Notod, but she was being taken to Irelis to be sold. So, and she just starts breaking down crying. She's like, I have faith in you, all of you, that you will help me. But she will direct you to the next Soulforger. Because there is one in Siltheim.
Does everyone have hoods and masked clothing? Sabis, do you have a hood and mask?
I don't, but I have a couple scarves on my back that I can, cover myself with. I just mend this together, anyways.
If we are to leave immediately and arrive in Siltheim, we should all mask and hood up now.
Just give me a minute.
I can drop you in Furborg. If that would be that's the most convenient place I can drop you, is in between Furborg and Yunskyle.
That
Upon
would be
the
perfect.
mention of masks, Vidar's like hollow face disguise pops up, but it's Progenitor's face. And then Vidar starts talking in Progenitor's voice, and it says, if you find another Soulforger, you need to tell them. His simulacrums, if Void has them, have always been the key to this. And I, unlike my sister, could not forge in the same way. You need to find my sister. And then it goes back to Vidar's face.
And she ugh.
Vidar also has
she-
the same confused look on his face, like he has no idea what the fuck just happened either.
She sort of looks down at Vidar and is like, oh, I could see it all now. And her eyes begin to glow and like illuminate the entire room almost as she looks down at Vidar. And she looks up. The eyes. The eyes are the key. Here. I have it all now. I have it. All of it. And she sort of reaches down into the water and she pulls out a small box. She's holding it with like 2 fingers. And she hands it to you, Loershik. And she's taken on a whole new thing. Her face becomes covered in soot and like this awesome looking like piston-based armor that's like venting active lava. and stuff as she begins to stand up, and like her form gains like tons of muscle, and she basically becomes this giant forge god looking character, and she looks at you and she says, "That will point you at any Soulforged that you know where they are. Technician, the eyes are the key to finding the simulacrums." And she hands you, Technician, a hammer, like a smith's hammer, that has a giant rune on one side that has the rune for trust, and the other side on the hammer is the rune for sister. Forge the eyes, and you can locate the simulacrums. And she just looks down at you guys and she goes, "You have to go." And she sort of like brings up her hand and pulls this massive ring of blue energy around all of you, and whoom,
Ellis Hahn.
as the portal closes behind you, you hear whispers. You hear whispers. Technician, I'm going to message you on Discord. That's what you hear. And that's where we're going to leave this episode of Soulforged. You guys arrive between Furborg and Junskar. Junskyle. Yeah, and that's where we're going to end it. I hope everyone had a good time. I know I did.
That was good de-stress from moving. It was
All
good.
right. I hope everyone have a great week. And hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday as long as everybody's feeling good. Everyone have a great week. Stay safe. Do the right thing. And we'll see you next week.
And if you're like me in college, get COVID within the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Bye, everybody.
Dave, would you like to hear how my class went?